Good day everyone, I am Angel C. here from 1E2 BS Criminology. This school year is very different from what we have used to. Due to pandemic, it is challenging to all of us to have online class as a new mode of learning and to assure that every students are learning. As a criminology student, I become more interested in studying the concept of police organization. I thought that the word police were referring to profession, but it's not. It originated from a Greek word politia, which means a government of city. Then, the Roman changed it into politia, and last, the French changed the word to police and refer it to those persons who enforce the law. There are two fundamental theories of police service. The first one is the continental theory, and the second one is the home rule theory. So when we say continental theory, policemen serve higher authorities. Sino ba yung mga higher authorities? Sila yung mga king, mga queen, na commonly ay applicable sa ibang bansa. And when we say home rule theory naman, ito naman ay the policemen are servant of the community. They protect the people, ensure the safety of the citizen. So there are two fundamental concepts of police services. Ang una muna yung old concept at ang second ay modern concept. Kapag sinabing old concept, police officers are effective if they put people in jail. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng old concept. So kapag sinabi namang modern concept, police officers or policemen are effective if there is less crimes. Now, let's talk about the Philippine National Police Organization of Chapter 3 in Republic Act 6975, also known as the Department of Interior and Local Government Act of 1990. Upon the approval of Republic Act 6975 on December 13, 1990, the Philippine National Police, referred to PNP, established the initial members of the police forces. The first one is the Integrated National Police, the enlisted personnel of the Philippine Constabulary assigned with the Narcotics or the Criminal Investigation Service. Next is the Technical Services of the AFP, assigned with the PC and civilian operatives of CIS. And the last is the regular operatives of the NAPOLCOM, the Inspection, Investigation, and Intelligence Branch. So what are the functions of the Philippine National Police? The first is they enforce all laws and ordinances relative to the protection of lives and properties. They maintain peace and order and ensure public safety. They investigate and prevent crimes, arrest criminal offenders, and bring offenders to justice and assist in their prosecution. Exercise the general power to make arrests, search and seizure in accordance with the Constitution and pertinent law. Detain an arrested person for a period not prescribed by the law, informing all his rights under the Constitution. Issue license for the possession of firearms and explosives, supervise and control the training, and issue licenses for the security operations, and perform such other functions and exercises of all duties as may be prescribed by the law. The PNP is headed by a chief, assisted by two deputy chief for administration and deputy chief for operations. These two are appointed by the President upon the recommendation of the Commission. Officer who has retired or is retirable within 6 months before their compulsory retirement age, which is 56 years old, are not qualified to apply for the position of PNP chief. It is composed of the National Office, Regional Office, Provincial Office, District Office, and City and Municipal Station. At the national level, usually in Metropolitan Manila, makikita dito ang directorial staff, the service staff, and the special support unit. At the regional level, it is headed by the regional director. At the provincial level, it is headed by the provincial director. In large provinces, police districts are headed by the district director, and in cities or municipal stations, it is headed by the chief of police. Huwag kayong malilito ha, sa PNP, it is headed by the chief PNP, and sa municipality and city stations naman, it is headed by the chief of police. So ano nga ba yung powers, functions, and term of office ng isang chief PNP? So ang una, The command and direction of the PNP shall be vested in the Chief PNP. The Chief PNP have the power to direct and control tactical movements as well as strategic deployment, placement, and utilization of the PNP. He may also delegate his subordinates and have the power to direct to issue detailed implementing rules and regulations regarding the personnel, funds, records, properties to fulfill the duty of the PNP. The Chief of PNP is appointed by the President among the senior officers down to the rank of the Chief Superintendent, with is subject to confirmation by the Commission on Appointment. He has a term of 4 years, but may be extended by the President if there are national emergencies. So, let's go to the rank classifications. Naglabas na ang Pangulong Duterte ng bagong new rank classifications. Ang dating Director General ngayon ay Police General. Ang Deputy Director General ngayon ay Police Lieutenant General. Ang Director ngayon ay Police Major General. Ang Chief Superintendent ngayon ay Police Brigadier General. Senior Superintendent ngayon ay Police Colonel. Ang Superintendent ngayon ay Police Lieutenant Colonel. Ang Chief Inspector ngayon ay Police Major, ang Senior Inspector ay Police Captain, ang Inspector, Police Lieutenant, ang SPO4 ngayon ay Police Executive Master Sergeant, ang SPO3 ngayon ay Police Chief Master Sergeant, ang SPO2, Police Senior Master Sergeant, ang SPO1 ngayon ay Police Master Sergeant, ang PO3 ngayon ay Police Staff Sergeant, ang PO2 ngayon ay Police Corporal, at ang PO1 ay Patrolwoman or Patrolman. The head of the PNP has a rank of Director General or sa bago ay Police General na may position title na Chief of the PNP. The second command of the PNP has a rank of Deputy Director General o yung bagong Police Lieutenant General na may position title as Deputy Chief of the PNP Administration. And the third in command of the PNP has a rank of Deputy Director General na may position title or the Police Lieutenant General na may position title na Deputy Chief of the PNP Operation. At the national office headed by the Directorial Staff of the PNP na may rank na Deputy Director General or Police Lieutenant General na may position title na Chief of the Directorial Staff of the PNP. The head of Inspectorate Division na may rank na Chief Superintendent or Police Brigadier General na may position title na Inspector General. The head of Administrative and Operational Support Unit na may rank na Chief Superintendent or Police Brigadier General na may position title na Director. The head of the NCR with the rank of Director or Police Major General has a position title of NCR Director. The head of the regional offices with the rank of Chief Superintendent or Police Brigadier General has a position title of Regional Director. And the head of the NCR District Office with the rank of Chief Superintendent has, or the Police Brigadier General has a position title of NCR District Director. The head of the provincial offices with the rank of Senior Superintendent or Police Colonel ay may position title na Provincial Director. Sa district offices naman, with the rank of Superintendent or the Police Lieutenant Colonel na may position title na District Director. The head of municipality or city offices with the rank of Chief Inspector or Police Major has a position title of Chief of Police. According to Section 14 of 8551, these are the general qualifications of the PNP. So first is you have to be a citizen of the Philippines, have good moral and conduct with certificates and clearances, pass the psychiatric or psychological, drug tests, and physical tests administered by the PNP or the NAPOCOM, possess a formal baccalaureate degree, ibig sabihin you are graduated with 4-year course in college, eligible with the standards set by the Commission, ibig sabihin kailangan ay pasado ka sa mga exam like board exam or NAPOCOM exam, ganon. And must not have been dishonorably discharged from military, government, or dismissed for a cause of any civilian position by the government. For example, ako ay isang teacher and na-dismiss ako sa trabaho ko kasi may ginawa akong kasalanan. So, ako, dahil may record ako, I am not applicable or I am not qualified to apply for the PNP. Next is not convicted by a final judgment of an offense or crime involving moral turpitude. The required height for male is 1.62 meter or 5'4", at sa mga babae naman ay 1.57 meter or 5'3". The standard weight na kinakailangan is not more than or less than 5 kg from the corresponding age, height, and sex. And for new applicants, kinakailangan na not be less than 21 years old nor 30 years of age. And these general qualifications must be in a continuous character. Ibig sabihin, halimbawa, sa passing the psychiatric or psychological, drug, and physical test. Kung nakapasa ka sa una, kailangan ma-maintain mo na pasado ka pa rin sa susunod na examination. Example pa rin yung sa weight mo, kailangan pa rin ay standard sa height, age, and sex. Yun yung tinatawag na continuous in character. According to Section 21 of 8551, Examination of Policemen, it is the National Police Commission who administer the entrance and promotional examinations for policemen according to the standards set by the Commission. Dati iniisip ko kung paano nga ba yung process ng pag-promote. Ito ba yung kapag ang isang police officer nakahuli ng kriminal, mapopromote na ba agad? Ganun ba yun? Mali pala yun. So, promotion is an act of elevating personnel from a lower position to a higher position by means of regular or special process. So, ano nga ba yung tinatawag na regular at special process na yan? Kapag sinabing regular promotion, ito yung kailangan na makapasa ang isang uniform personnel sa promotional examination na sinet ng commission at kinakailangan makakompleto siya ng accredited training for the service, pass the psychiatric and psychological and drug test, and has been cleared to People's Law Enforcement Board or Office of the Ombudsman of any complaints against him. Ano naman yung requirement sa special promotion? Wala pong requirement na hinihingi sa special promotion compared sa regular promotion. Kinakailangan lang na the uniformed personnel has exhibited an act of conspicuous courage and gallantry at the risk of his or her life and validate ng commission. Halimbawa, ako ay SPO2 at isinakripisyo ko yung buhay ko para mailigtas yung isang tao. So, dun pa lang i-validate ng commission kung yung ginawa kong conspicuous courage ay validated. So, kapag na-validate nila yon at na-aprobahan, from SPO2, pwede nila akong ipataas as SPO4. Yun yung tinatawag na special promotion. Unlike sa regular promotion, one rank elevation lang. For example, from SPO3, magiging SPO4 kapag naipasa ko yung board exam, complete ko yung accredited training, nakapasa ako sa psychological, psychiatric, and drug test, at saka yung malinis yung pangalan ko sa People's Law Enforcement Board and Office of the Ombudsman. Yun yun. So, ano nga ba yung compulsory retirement age ng PNP? Ang compulsory retirement age ng PNP ay 56 years old. Pero, kung ikaw ay may at least 20 years of satisfactory service, you may request retirement from your service with approval of the Commission. So, let's go sa administrative disciplinary machinery. But before that, alamin muna natin yung citizen's complaint para mai-apply natin ito, maipasok natin dun sa administrative disciplinary machinery. So, citizen's complaint is any complaint by a natural or juridical person against any member of the PNP. It's the administrative disciplinary machinery concerned if an officer is charged with citizen's complaint. If an offense is punishable by withholding of privileges restriction to specified limits, suspension, or forfeiture of salary not exceeding 15 days, it is the duty of Chief of Police to handle the citizen's complaint. If an offense is punishable by withholding of privileges, restriction to specified limits, suspension or forfeiture of salary not less than 16 days nor more than 30 days, it is the mayors of cities and municipalities to handle the citizen's complaint. And if an offense is punishable by withholding of privileges, restriction to specified limits, suspension, or forfeiture of salary more than 30 days, it is the People's Law Enforcement Board to handle the case. These three, the Chief of Police, the mayors of municipalities and cities, and the People's Law Enforcement Board will impose the penalty provided by the NAPOLCOM, who implement rules and regulations, as well as the case of penalty imposed to PNP officer of the ADM. Paano naman kapag ang isang PNP member ay nakakommit ng minor offense? But first, i-define muna natin ang minor offense. Minor offense is an act or omission not involving moral turpitude but affect the internal discipline of the PNP. Ang example nito ay simple misconduct and negligence, insubordination, frequent absences and tardiness, drunkenness, and gambling prohibited by the law. Ang mga nabanggit na yun ay may makahawak ng mga disciplining authority na magbibigay ng kaparusahan or punishment or penalties sa mga minor offense na nagawa nila. So, pag-usapan naman natin yung exclusive jurisdiction. A complaint or charge filed against a PNP member shall be heard and decided exclusively by the disciplining authority of the original jurisdiction. Ibig sabihin, kung sino yung nag-handle ng case for the first time, ay siya rin ang dapat mag-heard at magbigay ng desisyon. But, pwede itong i-transfer, for example, si Chief of Police with a period of 15 days. Hindi ko to sakop. Ito ay kunwari, ito ay pang 16 days. So, ipapasa niyo yun kay mayors of municipalities and cities. So, meron tayong tinatawag na forum shipping or multiple filing of complaint. Before filing the citizen's complaint, humingi muna ang ADM ng certification of non-forum para maiwasan natin ng multiple filing of complaint. Meron kasi mga tao na lahat na ng ADM ay sinabmitan ng citizen's complaint dahil sa personal issue gustong mapatanggal yung isang member ng PNP or officer, kaya kinakailangan na humingi ng certification of non-forum. Now, let's discuss the summary dismissal powers of the National Police Commission, the PNP Chief, and the PNP Regional Directors. After due notice and summary hearings, they may immediately remove or dismiss any respondent of the PNP member in any following cases. First, when the charge is serious and the evidence of guilt is strong. When the respondent is a recidivist or has been repeatedly charged and there are reasonable grounds to believe that he is guilty of the charges. And last, when the respondent is guilty of a serious offense involving conduct of unbecoming a police officer. Any member of the PNP or officer who go on absence without official leave for a continuous 30 days shall be dismissed immediately from the service. So, let's talk about the People's Law Enforcement Board or the PLEB. Kanina, nabanggit ko na ang PLEB ay isa sa mga administrative disciplinary machinery na naghahandle ng case involving the citizen's complaint. So, what is PLEB? The PLEB is the central receiving entity for any citizen's complaints against the PNP officer or members. They may handle the case or refer to the proper disciplining authority or adjudicatory authority within 3 days upon the filing of the complaint. PLEB are composed of the sangguniang panglungsod or sangguniang pambayan chosen by their respective sanggunian, 1 barangay captain of any cities or municipalities chosen by the Association of Barangay Captain, and 3 respective members of the community known for their integrity and probity. Chosen by the local Peace and Order Council, 1 must be woman and 2 are members of the bar, college graduate, or principals of elementary central school in the said locality. So, nabubuo ang pleb kapag mayroong 500 personnel signed on the said locality. So, the chairman of the pleb ay pinili among its 5 members. Dito sa 5 to, sila nang bahala kung sino pipiliin nila maging chairman. At ang term of office ng pleb ay 3 years for assumption of office.